Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 97 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. With me in studio is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, man.
It's been a while since we did this. I screwed up the opener.
Yeah.
Take two.
That's all right.
Yeah. I actually had like significant amount of sleep last night, so we don't know.
I did too. I looked at my thing and I had like 10 hours. I was like, I've never slept 10 hours.
Well, it's because we had so many rainouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weather did affect a little bit of everything this weekend, but that's part of it. This week's guest is Tyrel Todd. You heard his son a few weeks ago. I think it's been a few weeks now. 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Heard his son, Caleb Todd, which is a third-generation racer. Tyrel would make him a second-generation racer. The son of Billy Todd, constant runner back in the Battle of Bluegrass days, one of the toughest regional late model competitors in all of central Kentucky. And what was fascinating about this conversation, we got to talk about, late model career, racing, and then now being crew chief, dad, and following along. So it was pretty good time there in Science Hill, Kentucky.
Yeah.
One of those nights that was early night.
Yeah.
Or early morning, late night,
right.
However you want to say it. But
yeah,
we appreciate Tyrel for coming on and being a good sport about it. He said, well, I'm not real... I really don't like talking about myself. I said, well, good. You talking about Caleb.
Yeah.
So this week's got a fascinating interview there from one of the toughest regional late model racers in the, we'll say, early 2000s, mid 2000s in the Bluegrass State.
Yeah.
I know I say this each and every week, but please take care of the people that take care of us. If you're in the need for something that they offer, please reach out to them and tell them that the Trading Sliders Podcast sent you over there. But this week's show being brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. If you're in the Kentucky area and you need any diesel truck work done, or if you race Legends race cars, I always forget to go. Once a month I mentioned this, but if you race Legend race cars and you tear them up, they are a certified dealer. They've got the jig and everything in house. They can fix it. So reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys LLC. Our deep dive is being brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you're in the need for any type of automotive clutch for any application whatsoever, reach out to Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Our slider of the week being brought to you by Walt at Speed Decals. If you need any vinyl work done, company vans, no yard signs. Make sure you said, he's told me the other day, so you said yard signs again. I said, that's just muscle memory, man.
Yeah.
But if you need yard signs, call him. He will send you the number.
Somebody else might do it.
Somebody else might do it. But Walt,
I totally understand the yard signs from doing that myself.
But Walt will get you taken care of if you need any type of vinyl work. Our crash of the week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. If you're in the Kentucky area and you got some handyman work needs to be done around the house, reach out to David. He can get you taken care of. Small things as fixing a trim around the door to big things, doing a complete bathroom remodel. David can and will do it. So reach out to David at 812-989-5002. Our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. No event too big or too small. Jeremy Thomas can do them all. Actually, and Jeremy, if you're listening, which I know you are every week, your table is done in my garage. We had some rainouts, so I was able to get some stuff done around the shop here. But if you need any event that you need food for, birthday parties, graduation parties, just you don't feel like cooking for the week, call up and order 100 wings. Jeremy can get you taken care of. And my favorite, the smoked bologna, never goes bad. He freezes it for you. You can put it in the refrigerator packages. So if you need anything, reach out to Jeremy. He can get you taken care of. Our question of the week being brought to you by Bandit Race Cars. Brian Barber at Bandit Race Cars can... he's been busy this week. After last week's episode, we knew he was going to be busy.
Yep.
He only had to do a clip and a half, he told me. So that's not bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But a bunch of noses and body panels being made.
Oh, yeah.
There at Bandit Race Cars.
All kinds of sheet metal.
Yeah, all kinds. And if you're in the mood and you're looking for some new shocks, Brian Barber is a Fox shock rep. I can never say that. Fox shock representative. We got to do something. We have to change that slogan somehow.
Yeah.
But he will get you taken care of. Our past guest segment being brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. If you're in the Kentucky area, actually, if you're in the Louisville area, we're going to exclude Indiana on this one. Reach out to Ben Harmon. He can get you taken care of.
Yeah.
And our top performer, our Whitaker Trucking Top Dog of the week, if you're in need of topsoil, gravel, anything hauled with a big truck, reach out to Whitaker Trucking.
Yeah.
All right. Got it all. Got it all, Flash. News of the week. Weather affected a little bit of everything. So we're going to get into that. USAC Sprint Week crowns a champion. And we're going to talk about the ups and downs, the highs and lows of all Sprint Week. USA Nationals, BP32 does what BP32 does.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to get into that. Racers making some questionable moves. We're going to talk about that. And then we got a racetrack that's kind of for sale or just kind of being done. One or the other. So we're gonna talk about that, and it affects our schedule a little bit. So we're gonna get into that. But we're gonna start off on a somber note. Seen this morning that the Kentucky area lost a legend. Steve Tribute passed away.
Yeah.
Steve was he's a member of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, member of the Brownstown Speedway Hall of Fame. One of the toughest competitors, regional, late model, modified, street stock. It didn't matter what it was.
Didn't matter what it was.
Didn't matter what it was. The orange and yellow 72 was going to put knots on your head.
Yeah, he actually promoted a few races too.
Yeah, and spent the latter part of his career, which is where I got to know him really, was through the tech.
Yeah.
Through the tech side. He was UMP dirt. As many people hate on the UMP dirt car officials.
Right.
He was one that you could actually work with and talk to, and being a former racer would say, okay, I understand you can't do this here at the racetrack, but you can do this. If you need help doing this, I will help you do this.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers to the Tribute family. Actually, Steve Tribute actually claimed one of my dad's race cars back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
One of those Enduros.
Yeah.
My dad won like 4 of them. It's Tribute, and I was like, well, we're just going to buy it, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We're going to buy that Monte Carlo right here on the front stretch of Brownstown.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a racer's racer. I know. I was talking to him. He's a guy that I tried to get on the show. Probably we're coming up on 100. I probably reached out to him 30 times.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't like talking about myself. He was real complacent.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to really talk about myself. I don't want to do that. And I said, well, let's just talk about the sport then.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to be in the spotlight. I'm just going to work on my RC cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So, but yeah, thoughts and prayers to everybody that is affected by that loss. He was a good dude.
Yep.
And the Ultimate Heart of America and the Richmond Raceway, our condolences to the announcer, Caution Wiseman. Caution was a really, really good dude. When I got into announcing, he was one of the first guys that said, "Hey, here's the press box." When we have one of our series races, just turned everything over to me and told me some do's and don'ts, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
When going in other people's press boxes, I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thoughts and prayers are to Caution and his family. Always a super good dude. Super good to me. All right. Our past guest segment. This year. Well, first off, we'll talk about the weather. Weather affected everything this weekend. Right now, stuff getting pushed back. Actually, as we're speaking, the Belle Claire was supposed to open up last night, and it's Sunday, so they pushed it to Sunday. So sold out crowd. If you wanted to go to Belle Claire Flash, you couldn't.
It was already sold out, huh?
Well, you could, but you had to go in the pits and stay in the pits.
Yeah.
Fire marshals are there. They sold every bleacher seat pre-sale.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I think people are ready for Belle Claire to be back open.
Yeah.
I think they hit a hit there. They knocked that one out of the park.
That's good.
It's good seeing racetracks open because we're going to talk about one closing here in a little bit.
Right.
So this week's past guest being brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. Kyle Cummins picked up USAC Sprint Week title, picking up feature wins. And we're going to talk about this when we get into Sprint Week a little bit, but picked up wins at Lincoln Park and Terre Haute.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good week.
Yeah.
That's
Ain't bad at all.
That's not a bad week. Kyler Johnson picked up his very first ASCS National Tour win at Viking Speedway. Kyler was a kid that probably that may have been one of the coolest episodes that we ever did.
Yeah.
Did one in the parking lot, and then we had technical difficulties, so we lost about half of it. So, but we did have on his interview what he planned on doing. So we did the post-season interview and blend them together. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I've kind of thought about doing that again, getting probably 3 or 4 interviews at the racetrack mid-season,
right?
And then catch up with people after the season. You know what I'm saying? Like real short clips. I think that it actually went pretty. It was pretty neat, really.
Yeah.
But Kyler Johnson, congratulations on his first win. And Dylan Baldwin he tagged me on Twitter. He said, or in Facebook.
Make sure you get me on there, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no. Dylan said, I believe this one is Trading Sliders podcast approved. Kyler's first victory. So Dylan, he didn't even win this weekend, man. It started on the outside pole and we're in 5th.
Yeah.
So come on, Dilly.
Yeah.
But yeah, always looking out after the show. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Jacob Boxwell picked up a non-wing sprint car win at Mansfield Friday night. There we go again. We said last week, I think he's made 6 starts now. His winning percentage is like 50%.
Well, he came on the show.
Yeah, that's what happens.
We try to tell people that.
You just come on the show, good things happen. But Saturday night, Mansfield got rained out, so Boxwell he couldn't go 2 for 2 this weekend. Turbo Tyler Erb picked up a preliminary night number 1 at Cedar Lake, and BP32 won the USA Nationals.
Yeah.
We're going to get into details on that here in a little bit, but Bobby Pierce doing Bobby Pierce things. All right, Flash. Sprint week. How much of the sprint week did you watch this week?
I got to watch almost all of them.
Okay.
I think I watched almost all of them.
Yeah. So, sprint week takeaways first. Huge car counts.
Yeah.
Massive car counts every night. But last night I think they had 34.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
But after the equipment, the heartaches, the weather, I think Tri-State was probably pretty happy with 34 sprint cars.
Oh yeah.
All things being considered,
some of them guys are probably pretty sore after the whole week around.
Yeah. Yeah, there has been some big hits this week. Paragon claimed a few cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and a few vertebrae.
Yep.
We got a couple broken backs. So we're going to talk about that too. But 97 drivers, 97 different drivers from 17 states and 2 countries.
Yeah.
Participated in USAC Indiana Sprint Week this week. I made a couple of events. I was always a fan for we need at least 2 divisions.
Yeah.
But when I was at Circle City the other night, I'm really kind of glad they didn't have another division. I was like, man, because the track was heavy because it rained.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, man, we need another division. But the way that they did it, I wish the 305 sprint cars was there like they were supposed to be. I think it would have helped push the track up sooner.
Yeah.
But with as much water as they had, they had to come out and pack. So they basically had a second division. It was the farming division.
Trucks, yeah.
They had to come out and work on the racetrack almost after every race.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on TV, but there was literally water sitting at the. You didn't have to worry about getting down by the U tires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you splashed through the mud. Yeah. There was water sitting everywhere. It was so bad you couldn't even the push trucks. They had to pull off on the front stretch and go on the back stretch. Like, you couldn't go through the infield like you normally could.
Right.
There was water. It looked like Paragon out there in the infield.
Yeah.
The largest attended car count and the largest attended fan count in all of USAC Sprint Week history. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The crowd at Bloomington Speedway Friday night, I think it was the biggest crowd in the history of Bloomington Speedway
place was packed.
Since the World Outlaw Sprint Cars were there in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that was I've never seen a crowd like that at Bloomington. That was beyond busy.
Yeah. It was packed.
Yeah. So I think all the racetracks came out pretty good. One thing I was gonna say though, there's some big hits. And there's some people watching, like I know Corey Harmon reached out to me.
Yeah.
He's never really watched non-wing sprint cars, but he got fascinated and watched the whole week. He watched every night. And he said, man, these things are dangerous. I was like, yeah. So one of the takeaways, yes, sprint cars are still dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Very dangerous. Non-wing sprint cars are the most dangerous of them all.
Yeah, definitely.
Without the downforce and taking the hits on top of the cage, and the big flips.
Yeah, you don't have a big cushion on top to land on without a wing.
No, not at all. And one thing, I see people giving Paragon the business, because of the track, but the track wasn't rough.
No.
It had a fluff. And, I don't want to say this, I don't want to sound, because this is going to sound mean, but some guys don't have the talent or the equipment to run in certain parts of the racetrack.
Right, yeah.
I don't think either of the wrecks were talent wrecks.
No.
But, when that right rear sets and it lays over on the right front, it takes a very split-second decision to going from good to bad.
Yeah. You either let off or if you stay in it.
Yeah. So, Logan Prickett had a nasty one. And then I want to make sure I get this guy's name right because I'm very bad at Australian names.
Yeah.
I think it's Todd Mule, but it's M-O-L-E.
I think that's how they said it.
I think it's Todd Mule.
I think they said Todd Mule is how they were trying to.
Mule?
That's how they were saying it.
Yeah. And Brian Harper's way better at pronouncing names than I am.
And he never really got upside down, but it was nasty.
It was, and
it could have got way worse.
Yeah. Thankfully, he hit the tail tank and not the.
Tail tank in the right rear, because if not, it would have been bad.
It could have been really bad. Well, Mule. He walked away from his. They rebuilt his car. He was at Tyrel Tood next night.
Yeah.
And actually, Logan Prickett walked out of the car, but Prickett has a broken C6 vertebrae, concussion, and a fractured wrist from his wreck. And then last night, Robert Ballou took a nasty one.
Yeah.
Ballou walked away from his wreck. There's a lot of criticism about them turning the car over because he was knocked out. But Blue's dad actually commented on another sprint car legend, Kevin Briscoe's comment.
Yeah.
And said the reason why they turned the car over because it was spewing fuel in the car.
Right.
So they wanted to get it flipped back over because if he would have caught fire upside down, it'd been really bad.
Yeah.
Being knocked out. So for the people that are, we're on the safety crew, like, guys, trust me, it looked pretty bad. I thought the same thing when I seen him flip it over. Like, well, damn, he's knocked out.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that fuel was shooting down his back. So.
Well, that's what I don't know. The guy that pulled it behind him, I can't remember who it was up on top, pulled up behind him.
Chase Stocking.
Yeah, and he was pointing.
Yeah.
He was pointing, I think he was telling him to turn it over no matter what because it was spraying out. I didn't know it was that or if he seen his arms just hanging there. You know what I'm saying? It could have been that too. But
well, Stocking, that wreck could have been catastrophic if Stocking didn't get to a stop.
Right.
So being left out of this, Chase Stocking, former guest of the Trading Stars podcast.
Yeah.
Robert Ballou, I know you're mad at Justin Grant, and I seen your post, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But you need to go down and buy Chase Stocking a cheeseburger.
I think I seen this morning where he did go to the hospital when he left last night to get checked out though.
Yeah, well he said he had a little neck and back pain.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to the local hospital. He had his dad drive him back to the doctor that did the neck surgery when he broke his neck. So, for being knocked out and having his egg scrambled, he had enough wits of, I'm going to my doctor.
Right, yeah.
Robert Ballou took a nasty one. And people were bitching about the car, crushing down. I don't think people realize how fast and how hard of a hit that was.
Yeah, and the way it hit too. I didn't understand how it got bent until I seen the replay.
Yeah, it hit in the angle.
Yeah, right on that top corner.
The car did its job.
Yeah,
he walked away.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, you can't. That's why these things.
Like, why don't they have something there? It's like, well, you can't. There's no possible way to go through every single scenario. No. It's impossible because stuff's going to happen on the racetrack you've never seen before. Well,
the thing about the whole situation is, people that were shitting on the situation, that check the tubing, it's lightweight.
Yeah.
They've got a tubing thickness rule. They gauge all that. No, it's just the angle that he hit. And, Hopside don't, it's a smaller track. They're still running 100, 120 mile an hour down the corner.
Yeah, they're fine.
When you go straight
especially
up,
where he wrecked at,
that's wide open. Yeah.
That's the fastest part of the racetrack.
Yeah. So I just don't. People that call for changes, they just don't understand how it all works. That is that car did his job.
Yeah.
He walked away. Now Is he going to be sore? And does he have a concussion? Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that he's got a messed up back? Probably.
Yeah.
But as we talked about, a bunch of episodes before, that's the product of the racing being safer.
Right.
The guy's got a broken back now and not death.
Right.
I mean, that's just that's something that you got to accept. But Justin Gray, he makes no friends, does he? None at all. And I watched that video back a couple times. Grant did feed him the right rear, but it wasn't like Baloo gave him a lane either.
Yeah.
Like the Madman was,
right.
He was doing what he had to do to hold the position.
Yeah.
Every other guy would have lifted. Grant's like, not so much.
The only part I don't like about that is like in the heat race, and we haven't interviewed Moles, and we probably probably won't after this.
Yeah.
But he fed everybody a right rear in the heat race. Every single Moles did when he passed everybody in the heat race. He fed every single one of them.
Yeah.
Right rear. I mean, he knocked the steering wheel out of everybody's hand when he went by.
Yeah. Well,
and nobody said a word about that.
Well,
I don't understand it. I mean,
Well, that's because he's likable.
I guess.
When he does his interview, he's not telling everybody how great he is.
Yeah.
I guess. Where Justin Grant's like, I'm the man. They're like, oh, screw you. But yeah, that was.
Well, he does have 100 feature wins, though. So.
102 now.
Yeah.
He picked up 3 this week. He got 102. So yeah, he's going in the right direction. He can, and he's got, and I think part of the problem is why people don't like Justin Grant.
They liked him when he won the first race last year after he broke his leg.
Yeah, well,
but
that's
now
different.
they don't like him.
Well, well, here's the thing.
It's just race fans are weird, man.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Well, here's the thing. Once Nas put out last year what they sponsor everybody, people don't like him no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got, a major sponsorship.
Yeah.
All right, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, right? And one thing I will say about Grant, if I was Baloo, I'd be pissed and probably whoop his ass too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but one thing I'll say about Grant, he owns up to it, man. He don't care.
Yeah.
He does not care. And, when he got wrecked, he didn't. Okay, so be it. He just, I'm racing with a broken leg.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those things, man, that sprint car racing, it's just different.
Oh, yeah. I know fans will turn on you in about 2 seconds.
Yeah. What's really funny is people used to hate Robert Baloo.
Yeah.
Now he's like the public speaker for the series.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Baloo now. It's just nuts how it all.
I don't know. I did see a few people when he won the other night. Somebody put on there, how many people did he run over to get there? And he really didn't. He ran a good race the other night. He jumped what's his name rear wheel on that restart, but like you said, that was.
But Miller stumbled.
Yeah, he stumbled.
He was running out of fuel.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, so
because originally when I watched it, I thought he cut his left rear off. Is what I thought had happened, and then I after I talked to you about it because I didn't stay and watch when it went off, I went to bed. So I didn't stay and watch the interviews.
You didn't watch the interview. Well, you missed the interviews there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so Sprint Week. We'll start opening up Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I know we talked about this, we touched on this last week, but we're gonna go over all Sprint Week. So open up at Indianapolis Speedway. Justin Grant took the win. First off, how cool is that to be racing at Indy?
Yeah,
that's cool as hell. And it's cool for Justin Grant to get his 100th win at Indy, even though people they cheered for that Monday. But by the time the following Sunday came, now he's a jackass. We don't like him no more. Yeah, they gave us too many nosses. We don't like him.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to Lincoln Park Speedway, where Kyle Cummins picked up his first win, and they had 71 cars, a record car count there at Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
On a curb. I think every racetrack did all right this week as far as track prep. Bloomington was a little bit heavy, but they dealt with rain showers all night, so that's just kind of part of it.
Yep.
But Kyle Cummins picked up his first win there at Lincoln Park, and then Kevin Thomas Jr. picked up the win last Saturday at Kokomo.
Yeah.
So KTJ, past guest, KTJ had a sprint week that was just. He'd be really good or really bad. Him and Jake Swanson, they were like, they qualified good, but they didn't always race good. It happens a little bit. And then Sunday, I went to Lawrenceburg Sunday, met some guys from Australia or New Zealand. I want to get that right, from New Zealand. Let's just say, here's a little teaser. They may or may not be on the show here coming up.
Yeah.
But met some guys from New Zealand, hung out there, and watched Kyle Cummins do Kyle Cummins things. Just absolutely rip it. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's one of those places that you just you know, when he got passed, when Cummins got passed, he could have been like super pissed. Yeah. He's like, well, thankful to run second because Grant got him. Grant ran him down and passed him. He did. He was just like, okay. I mean, but Kyle Cummins, you know, I don't think he finished outside the top 5 the whole week.
No, I don't think so.
Hence the sprint week points. Why Grant won 3. I mean, you know, Grant won 3 of the races, and you know, it should have been a little bit closer, but you know, Grant's not as consistent. Well, maybe because he feeds people right rears. Yeah. He hurts himself a little bit too. But absolute really good race there at Lawrenceburg. You know, I kind of felt bad for Cummins because, like, man, he ran a perfect race. Oh, yeah. He just pushed over the cushion just a bit. Yeah. But Grant had to earn it.
It looked like he was getting a little tight up there, and that's why. Yeah.
Well, Grant started.
Like I said, when you're leading, man, it's just hard to set that pace when you're leading.
Well, Grant screwed up one time in the corner and about ran over the back of Jaden Rogers. Yeah. And turned down the racetrack.
That's when he found something,
Yeah, he cleared Rogers by about 9 car lengths. Yeah. And then it was over because...
Then he was jumping the cushion and running out every time, I seen that.
Yeah, he screwed up one time and stumbled onto something.
Yeah.
So, go figure. And then Tuesday, because Monday got rained out, and it got forced to Tuesday, the only off day that they had. It's crazy how the rain out worked, just perfect for that. Yeah. Sometimes even the racing gods are like, non-wing sprint cars are awesome. Yeah. But yeah, so then Tuesday, Brady Bacon took the win there at Circle City. Jake Swanson took the win Wednesday at Paragon Speedway. Kyle Cummins took the win at Terre Haute. Robert Ballou took the win at Bloomington. And Terre Haute, Cummins, he had a couple timely cautions that worked into his favor there. Where, I mean, he earned that one.
Oh yeah,
that was not a gimme.
Did you see the interview on that one? He's talking, I always wanted to win one where I actually had to
win it.
Get up on the wheel and win like that. Last lap pass, you know.
I don't know how much longer Kyle Cummins is going to be doing this. Yeah, but man. Is there a better guy for sprint car racing than Kyle Cummins?
I don't think so.
He's just like, man, this is the way it happens. I mean, okay, you know, something good happens, something bad happens. Yep. Hey, I got beat. Like most guys they're throwing stuff, and he's like, well, no, I just got beat tonight. But it's probably easier to do that when you're doing more of the beatings than getting beat. Yeah. But yeah, and then Robert Ballou won Friday night at Bloomington. Yeah. When. Sucks for Gavin Miller, man. G-Money.
I was wanting to see Gavin win.
If the rain shower didn't happen, Gavin Miller wins that. Yeah. They spent 15 or 20.
He ran all his fuel out.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, when you're restarting the race, you want to make sure the line's good. So
you want to make sure your line's good, especially.
But yeah, Gavin Miller ran out of fuel, wanted to go, and Ballou got by him. Happy for Robert Ballou though, because he's had an up and down year. And then Justin Grant took the win at Tri-State last night. In a thriller, really. I mean, just a really good race. But
did you see Cummins' heat race?
Yeah.
He went from 6th to 1st on the first lap.
Yeah,
they were 5 wide. He passed on the bottom 5 wide.
No, you can't flash because they farm too much at Hopstad. Yeah, it's too greasy. It's slick. It sucks. Nobody likes it. Yeah, 5 wide on a tight quarter mile. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're right and you're wrong. That place is awesome. Yeah. But our Whitaker Trucking top dog of the week goes to Kyle Cummins, Indiana Sprint Week champion. Sprint Week's an event. I need to do all of them one year. Yeah, I just have to. Especially like this year, all the racetracks were juiced up, ready to. I don't know if everybody listens to us or not, but I think when non-wing sprint cars come to town, they just pour the water to us. Yeah, figure it out, boys. Yep. Yeah. So you know, happy for that. USA Nationals. Bobby Pierce doing Bobby Pierce things. Talk about this real quick though, Flash. $100,000 to win USA Nationals, 50 cars. Yeah.
You'd think there'd be few more than that, you know what I mean? They had 81, I think, for the Prairie Dirt Classic.
Yeah. For pays half that price.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that track looks nice up there.
It is. It's a badass racetrack. I think there's a couple things that contribute to this. One, most of the Super Late Model teams are lower Midwest, Southeast region based. Right. And that's in the upper Midwest, right? Up in Minnesota, but two, I think it's just a product of racing too much. These dudes, we just come off Summer Nationals, just had Eldora.
Yeah.
I think everybody's stuff just wore out.
Yeah, might be.
Like Ricky Thornton Jr. planned on going. He had to come back and get some parts and slash a race car.
Yeah.
His stuff is tore all to hell. Mike Marler and them planned on going, and they slept at the Walmart parking lot after Fairbury and decided, we just need to go on home and do some testing. We're just off a little bit. So I think the USA Nationals needs to maybe be a little earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Which I know how schedules work, and I know what Steve Francis, he told us how we're going to schedule. And listen, 50 cars is great.
Oh, yeah.
We're not bitching about 50 cars, but for races paying $100,000 a win, I mean, I think we need a little bit more support out of it.
Yeah.
Just, my opinion as a fan. But overall, it's a good show. I mean, it was a really good show.
And some of them guys from down around here too, I think are saving their stuff for Florence.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what it is. The regional guys.
Yeah.
Well, there's no more regional.
No,
like
not anymore.
Yeah.
Not no more.
The smaller budget national teams, right? A lot of the Lucas guys, they didn't make the trip. Up there. Hudson O'Neal made the trip. Brandon Shepard made the trip. I mean, I can't say a lot. About half of them probably did make the trip.
Yeah.
But some of them, they come back and regrouped and had to get some stuff ready for the North-South this week. But I don't understand saving equipment for a $75,000 win race and you got $100,000.
$100,000.
I don't understand that method.
Yeah.
A little newsflash about North-South this week. Did you hear about our boy Josh Rice? He is in a rocket this weekend.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Rocket 2.0.
Huh.
So supposedly there's a sponsor that stepped up and said, Josh, what do you need? He said, I need one of them damn rockets. And they said, your wish is granted.
Yeah. So he got one, huh?
So he got one. Supposedly, that's what I heard. Little rumor mill, so I don't know. We'll see. See when he rolls out.
So I guess they don't get a lot of help from chassis, do they?
I guess not.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Get whatever the hell, whatever car you want.
We run.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see Thursday. And when they roll that car out, we'll just see if it's got red on it or if it has the fluorescent orange like normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard rumor mill that, the reason why Josh Rice didn't go up there because he had to go to West Virginia and pick up his race car.
Pick up his car, huh?
So just what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Thursday night's preliminary event went to Turbo. Tyler Erb. You see Turbo's interview afterwards? He said, "Yeah, I haven't rained good here since last time I was escorted out of here." After him and Bobby Pierce went head-on. Yeah. Turbo. He's got the dog, holding the dog in victory lane. You know, he's like, I still got dog in me. He's got the dog.
Yeah.
Another likable guy. Like, how do you not like Turbo?
I know it.
Just don't give two shits about nothing.
No.
He's just like, okay, man, we're here. I think Turbo's like a sprint car racer trapped in a late model body.
I think he is.
Yeah,
that's what he reminded me of.
Yeah, he reminds me of a sprint car guy, a non-wing sprint car guy at that. Yeah. And then Friday night got rained out, but Thursday. We got to talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. The Tanner English, Bobby Pierce heat race drama.
Yeah.
First off, where's the drama? I don't know what's so...
I don't get it, yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, if it's got Bobby Pierce in it, it's going to be drama.
Well...
That's what everybody... According to the people that don't like him, like the 9,000 people that posted on it today about how he'd run over everybody last night to get there.
I mean, you come from 10th and you win... So be it.
Yeah.
One thing that I did like what Tanner English said, though, he said, Pierce, he's so fast that when he hits you, like you never get a chance to hit him back.
Yeah.
So I'm just like doing math here. And I'm like, all right, just let's listen to what we said. If he's so fast when he hits you going by, and you can't drive back and hit him like you implied you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Maybe the reason why he hits you because he caught you so damn quick because he's faster than you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But on that situation, they had rain and they had to rework the racetrack and it was wide open on the bottom.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, English just missed the bottom a little bit, and Pierce did not.
Right.
He couldn't go no lower. He had been in the infield.
Yeah.
And if you get hit with your right, if I'm driving a car and somebody's right rear hits my left front, I'm just as much responsible as the dude hitting me as me getting hit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, once they get to that point, you could always hit the brake and turn back under.
Yeah.
But I understand being upset too.
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
That was for a transfer spot too, wasn't it? So
yeah, and you know, and playing devil's advocate to that, you know, Tanner English, you know, if Bobby Pierce is the greatest, like so many people claim, why has he got to hit me to pass me?
Right.
I get that too. But also, I mean, I've seen Bloomquist lay a right rear on a guy before too. So.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't think I've seen Moyer do that, but that's Moyer, Mr. Smooth, Black Sunshine, and BP32. They just, you know, they all three got a little different tendencies.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So I don't know. What do you think about it? You think?
I think Tanner missed the bottle, and Bobby does what Bobby does. He takes it if it's there. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know how people can get mad at people for racing. I mean, if you want to watch people ride around single file, I mean, it's on every Sunday.
Yeah, that's well.
That's what.
The thing is, though, like anything Bobby Pierce is involved in, like you said, people just get crazy. Yeah. Like last night, he threw a couple sliders that were, probably questionable.
Yeah.
But you gotta when somebody's sliding you, you know, and they slide across your nose, you have an option too.
Yeah.
We seen it last week or 2 weeks ago where we was.
Yeah.
You could not give the guy a break and turn him into the wall.
Right.
That's an option.
Yeah.
I mean, that is an option. You're probably going to tear your stuff up too. But yeah, Bobby Pierce, he just.
But like I said, I think what makes him mad is because when he does that, they can't catch him again.
Yeah, he just drives off from him. Yeah,
they can't re-slide him. You know?
Yeah, well, I understand. I mean,
he's so good at when he does slide somebody, getting
he breaks their momentum.
Getting back to the spot. Well, that's why you do that. I mean,
yeah, a lot of guys just throw sliders because they catch them. I mean, he throws sliders to pass them.
I mean, they re-show these races. You know, you can watch them anytime you want. I'm just saying this for the guys that race with him. Yeah. You know, go back and watch what he does and. You know, you can try to duplicate that.
well, there's two people that races with him constantly that are moving up in the late model world because of that. And that's Nick Hoffman and Ryan Gustin.
Yeah.
Like, those dudes are, they're learning more racing with Bobby Pierce, you know, than they've ever thought they would. Because Hoffman was a great racer, you know, builds his own cars, can work on race cars. But he's learning racecraft racing with Pierce every night.
I mean, Gustin's already good, but he's going to break out pretty soon, and he's going to be really good.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying. You can mark that down.
Yeah, Gustin is.
If he gets with the right people, and stays with the right people, he's going to be.
Yeah, because he's doing. Todd Cooney Motorsports are. I mean, they're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a bunch of modified guys just figuring this out.
Yeah.
The whole team.
So
everybody.
Once they get it. Once they finally get it all the way put
once they
together,
get it clicking,
it's going to be going to be on.
Yeah, but
because he'll race you like, you know, he races like Bobby. So,
yeah, he does.
And he had to from where he grew up racing that.
Yeah, you grew up racing it out. That's what people like. Last year, people were bitching about Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah,
RTJ's having a bad year this year. We say he's having a bad year.
Yeah,
he's still won like 15 races total. Yeah, between modifieds and. Super late models, stock cars, sprint, mini sprint. So he's not having a bad year.
No.
He's having a bad year in his standard, not 30 wins.
Right.
But the reason why people don't like him because he races aggressively.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He'll slide across your nose. He'll do that. I mean, that's what you have to do.
So all these people that ain't never been to Boone, Iowa to watch the Nationals. You know,
you'll go there. You'll figure it out.
You go there, you'll see where these good race car drivers come from.
Yeah, that's like
and growing up in Illinois like Bobby. You know? I mean,
him and Shepard. That's why Shepard
Shepard's just good. He can do that stuff if he needs to.
Yeah, and Rocket is not like they were ever gone. They were just got on the struggle bus a little bit.
Right.
In certain situations, they've come back around to that to situation number 2 where they're better in the slick now.
And this happens.
Everybody.
It happens throughout history. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, somebody's going to be on top, and then somebody else is going to figure it out, and that guy that was on top is going to be in second. So that's just the way it is.
And that's what's so fascinating about Bobby Pierce I've said this for years. When Bobby Pierce was in the Bob Pierce race car, they were behind technology-wise. That's why they quit building their own late model, because they said, we got to go get another chassis.
Yeah.
And the reason why he drove so hard, his talent was winning them crown jewel races with less inferior equipment.
Yeah.
And then once he got in, top-notch equipment, you see the result.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid is just good. And this week's Slider of the Week.
And that's what sells race cars.
Yes, a lot of them.
Yep, I know from working in the racing industry like that. That's what sells race cars, is your guys winning.
Yeah. So this week's Slider of the Week being brought to you by Walt Speed Decals is BP32. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sliders for the lead at the USA Nationals. Couple of them questionable, but that's all right. It's still the Slider of the Week.
Yeah.
And our Crash of the Week, I didn't mention this when we were talking about the wrecks, but they went to all 3, our Deal Handyman of Mine Crash of the Weeks, Logan Prickett, Todd Mule, and Robert Valou, because they all took nasty ones.
Oh, yeah. Pretty bad.
So
there were some other nasty ones, too.
Yeah, those were really nasty.
I didn't get to see one where the old boy ended up upside down in the ditch at Bloomington. I don't think they had a replay of that one. But
no, he was just there.
But they said they didn't have to do nothing to the car, just the bumpers and the couple of little things. It didn't hurt the car, he said.
Yeah, no, he raced at Hopside last night. Yeah, he was.
So that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Well, I think, I don't know if he got upside down until he got to the ditch, honestly.
Might not have,
because you could see him go off the track. You could see the left front. It looked like he was biked up.
Oh, okay.
And I think he got her wound down enough that when he got to the ditch, he just rode over.
Oh, that might have been it, yeah.
That's what, because it didn't, shit wasn't really tore up for her. Because the ditch is
150 feet, probably. It's way over there. But, that grass was wet, so you get in the grass, you're sliding until you stop. So.
But, in order to end up there, you got to tear some shit up.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't tear nothing up. So
so I'm thinking.
I think he was on the bike for a while.
Yeah.
As Brian Holbert once said, he's on the Schwinn.
Yeah, my cousin used to say he just got to the ditch and he tumped over.
Yeah, he tumped it over. Yeah. He tumped it over.
Going way back to.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Racetrack news here, Flash. So this pertains to us a little bit. I don't know if Stephen Breeding was just upset after the night he had.
Yeah.
But he gets on and says, guys, Hidden Hollow Speedway is closed.
Yeah.
There's no more races. This is not for me. I'm done promoting races. And I'm thinking, what the hell? So I did some investigating, did some digging, looked around. And there was a Facebook comment that here I'm just going to read it word for word, because I want to make sure I do this comment justice. Okay, so here it is. It's from Teresa Mimi. All I can say is each and every racer gave it their all and put on a hell of a race. All the times that I came to Hidden Hollow Speedway, this was the best night ever. Now, we're talking about Friday's evening, okay?
Yeah.
But a lot of bitches came out at the end. Gunshots, 4 loads of police, a biggest brawl. Stephen Bruning, way to go out with the bang. I really enjoyed it tonight. I hate to see it go.
Yeah.
So what the hell went on there?
Yeah.
So apparently we had 2 dudes parked across pits from each other getting a big fight in the middle. They separate them. They go back. One dude goes straight, white man can't jump. I'm going to get my gun. I'm shooting every one of y'all. So he's on the other end of the pits. It's like the Hatfield and McCoys.
That's what I told Deb this morning. We was laying there in bed and I was reading that. I said, somebody had to be named Hatfield and somebody had to be named McCoy on this deal.
So cops came. I think somebody said there was 16 police cars between all the forces there.
Wow.
So Stephen Bruning says Hidden Hollow's closed. Hidden Hollow hasn't made an official Facebook thing. He said more to come. But if you're interested in leasing a racetrack out, Flash, you're more than welcome to. If you want to go down there, we'll get some bulletproof vests, get some helmets. If you want to go lease the racetrack out. So we were set to make our debut, the Cumberland Plateau Modified debut there over the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
So 2 things. A, hope it calms down and cooler hells prevail. And B, if we do go, don't disqualify nobody, Flash.
Yeah,
just
no.
let it be.
Yeah.
All right. Just if
It's gonna be a run what you brung.
yeah, yeah. You just so be it, guys. All right.
Yeah.
So like, what the hell's going on down there? So
Bobby told me to tell you that.
yeah. Send them my way. Yeah. So that was it. I was like, Jesus. I mean, there's always some fights at the racetracks, but damn, I mean, shootout.
Yeah, I don't mind fighting. I can dodge most other people's fists, but the bullets are hard to dodge.
Yeah, you can't see them and it's dark. Yeah, that's I'm like Chris Rock. We don't need gun control. We need bullet control.
Yeah.
Make a bullet cost $150,000. You gotta really be mad at somebody spending $150,000. So our Bandit Race Cars fan question of the week comes from Kelly from Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if Kelly's a male or female because it was sent in via Spotify.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. But made my first trip to Bloomington Speedway for the USAC Sprint Week. Good deal.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. The crowd was crazy. The racetrack was amazing. The car count was good. How come local pavement tracks in our area struggle with car count and fan support? Love the show.
if you went there.
Yeah. All right, listen. The main reason why I'm even answering this one again because we got a little bit of hate mail last week. I had one guy. All right, Flash. I'm gonna get on a soapbox real quick.
Yeah.
I believe there's a burner account out there that really tries to get me going.
Oh yeah.
And luckily, me being a tad bit older, wiser, and not really giving a shit what people think, I don't answer him, okay?
Yeah.
But that being said, if you listen to last week's show, we kind of discussed one, so we'll discuss the other this week. When you say local paved tracks and you're from Louisville, I'm assuming you're talking about Sportsdrome and Salem.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm assuming. So, start off, Sportsdrome Speedway is doing great things with the Ford division.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they got 50. Well, hold on. I say that. They used to have 70 a night. They're down to 50 now.
Yeah.
So that's 20. That's 20 guys that decided I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
And most of those have transitioned to dirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have. But with that being said, I mean, 50 cars on a regular given night in any division at any racetrack is
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's beyond good.
Yeah, right now in these times, that's great.
But the issue with lack of fan turnout and race car count is just that. The car count is so bad in their top divisions, their figure 8 and sportsman division, you're getting 9 to 12 cars, the fans aren't coming.
Yeah.
Because in order to have a good race, you have to have lap traffic. Well, if you've only got 9 cars out there, and
they're all pretty good cars.
Yeah, they're all staying on the same straightaway. You're never going to catch lap traffic, so the cars are going to look like they're hooked together and just follow each other in a circle.
Yeah, and figure 8 racing is even worse because you're not having nobody meet next.
Yeah, you have no crossover. You have no, nothing to break up. The reason why figure 8 racing works, figure 8 racing is the closest thing to dirt racing on the pavement side.
Oh yeah,
because the racetrack is the difference maker. On dirt racing, you get a hole on the racetrack, like a Bloomington. Use that Bloomington Friday night.
Yeah.
You've seen that the weather, changed the affect of the race, but you had guys run the top, guys run the bottom because there was a hole in the middle of turn 3.
Yeah.
Well, figure 8 racing is real close to that. The intersection is the variable.
Yeah.
That breaks the momentum, breaks the timing, changes the lines.
Yep.
So that's where...
And people don't realize that changes your corner entry and everything. You have to slow down. I mean, it's totally...
You can make up
it's a game changer. Yeah. You can make a half second every time or lose a half second.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that figure 8 racing, like, for people to say figure 8 racing is so exciting, I say you guys got to give sprint car and late model racing a chance too.
Yeah.
Because what you like is, unless you just like the wrecks, then then just go to non-wing sprint cars.
Yeah.
You want to see you think intersection wreck is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's break a hub on a non-wing car.
Going in the corner.
Yeah. But for people that like the figure 8 racing because of the action and the passing, well, the reason why you get that is because of lap traffic. And, Sportsdrome is struggling with their sportsman car count. struggling with their figure 8 car count. Occasionally they'll get up to 16, which is good. But I mean, you got to have that on a regular basis. But the main reason is because the on-track product isn't what it used to be.
Right.
And there's a lot of variables into that. Race cars are too good. Like we've talked to people about race cars being stuck to the racetrack and whatnot. The same thing here. I mean, it's one of those things. So, I think the fans, they show up for the bigger races. Figure 8 madness and stuff. But Sportstrom is a figure 8 track.
Right.
And Salem, I mean, it's just street stocks aren't going to do it. They're just not going to pack a house. It just is what it is.
No.
There's no sense beating that dead horse, but it's just.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, Sportstrom's heyday. Some people may not like this, but they had modified figure 8, which is considered outlaw figure 8 now, and super late models on the oval.
Yeah.
That was the heyday.
Yep.
And then they had the street stock division, or they were actually called pure stock. What are they called?
Started off as pure stocks, and then they went to Dromers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And now they got Fords.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But that was honestly that's just the way it is. So, anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So, we're just going. I guess we'll keep answering local questions and solving the world's problems. But we're gonna go off here and listen to this week's deep dive out of Science Hill, Kentucky. Tyrel Todd. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on this week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive. We have, you heard his son a few weeks ago, but now we got the dad of the next best thing out of the state of Kentucky. But Tyrel Todd, late model veteran, thanks for coming on with us. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing really good. And we went over this with Caleb a few weeks ago when we talked to him. I've never been to Science Hill, Kentucky before. I've seen it on the map. I passed it 1,000 times going to Lake Cumberland Speedway. But if you had to throw a dart and hit this place, there's no chance in hell you would do that.
Mm-hmm. No, we got a McDonald's about 6 months ago, so
things are moving up. Yeah, moving up. So first off, we're gonna go dad before career. How tough is it? Because you got a 17-year-old son that's into this. And you guys transitioned from go-karts, and he said he actually ran a few Crown Vic races. And then you moved into but now being crew chief and not the guy in the car. How tough is it to sit and watch? Because you're still in good shape. You're still kind of young. It's like, I guess he did say he outran you once. So, but I can see where you can still want to have the itch.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you're used to driving, you're used to coming in and knowing what you want in a car and what you want to do. But when you're watching somebody else and you're not used to doing that and trying to set the car up, and obviously if you hurt him, you don't get a lot of feedback. So, so it's tough. And we raced together one night down there, and I'll always enjoy driving, but it's not what I thought it would be with him out there. You know what I'm saying? So that was tough. Yeah. So.
Well, and the thing is though, especially because he made sure to tell us that he was running in front of you, so you could see him on the track, and you couldn't point him to the top, you couldn't point him to the bottom. Yeah,
and that's the thing. That's why I didn't enjoy it as much, because I was more worried about what he was doing and how he was doing, and I couldn't concentrate. And honestly, I ended up pulling in just. I had a little vibration. I'm like, you know what? I just pulled in, and the last 10 laps just watched him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's one thing, because he's competing at a very high level in this region. East Tennessee gets the praise for pro late models, crate late models, but we have a really tough region here in Central Kentucky, and you've kind of thrown him to the wolves a little bit. Just like figure it out.
Yeah, it is. I mean. The guys around here, though, they're really tough, but they're really good drivers. So you don't have to worry about them tearing stuff up
running over you.
Running over you. And there's a really good group of guys around here that, there's a handful of guys that I used to race with, talking about, Jay White and some of them guys. And I don't have to worry about him going out there and who's going to, tear him up. And even the young guys, man, the Dalton Browns, the Logan Walls, they're really good hard racers, but they're really respectable too, and so it's not too bad.
See, that's one thing that I think crate racing gets a knock because people are saying it's not super racing. It's and so in Central Kentucky. What I've noticed working with the tour and just being an overall race fan is the cars and the equipment and the drivers in the area. You got 10 to 15 guys that can win on any given night, and that's not even in East Tennessee where it's tough. If 3 guys show up, those 3 guys are winning. Mm-hmm. So I think the 3rd through 15th in our area might even be tougher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just my opinion. I could be wrong. And I'm going to get somebody like Zach Size is going to message me when he hears this. So you're an idiot. But I'm just saying.
Well, that's the thing. Like the last time we were at Lake Cumberland, we were, one time he was 5th, and you look back, he was 12th and 8th, and I'm like, we come in, it's like, what happened to him? I was like, well, dude, he was racing with Zach Sice, and
it makes a difference. I mean, it is tough. So when you're in your career, you did a ton of regional traveling, Battle of the Bluegrass stuff, competed. You were the guys in your era were racer. Like I feel like nowadays, and this could be, you might answer this totally different way, but I feel like now we're at a stage where people watch other people. You guys didn't have to worry about watching social media, but you watch other people's social media and say, all right, well, so-and-so is going here, so I'm going here. All you guys want to show up at the same place,
Oh yeah, it was definitely probably more a pride thing, I guess. Yeah, it was all you want to beat the best guy,
Well, that's what I'm saying, because Tonga and Wheeler and all you guys just showed up. Scott James would come down like, I'm going to race at Ponderosa on Friday night, because that's what everybody did. Everybody went to Ponderosa on Friday night.
Yep.
And then Saturday night you kind of branched off a little bit because you had Brownstown and Florence. But it's like if somebody was paying $3,000 to win, you could bet that you were going to have 35 cars and 30 of them had a legitimate shot.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a little different back then, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. We travel and do everything. Seems like modified and late model racing is the two the most that seems they actually care who's where. When you get to the sprint car world, those guys really don't care as much. They just they're going to, if a race paid $3,001 and the other one paid $3,000, they're all going to the $3,001 race.
Yeah.
It's
just the way it is.
It's just different.
And maybe that speaks to where we live right here. We're within an hour of 5 racetracks, and then another hour, 2 or 3 more. But somebody asked me the other day, like, why don't y'all ever go to Florence? And then we're like, well, we got to drive by 2 racetracks to get there, so it's kind of I don't know. But picking and choosing, you may have 2 or 3 choices on a Saturday night to go to that pay, and that's the thing, regular shows around here pay decent money too.
Yeah, regular shows around here pay really good money. For the pro late models and the mods. That's something that I've.
I can understand why the guys down here don't, like you said, don't pass 2 racetracks, go somewhere that's paying less money.
Yeah. well, here's the thing, like. Caleb would benefit from racing at Brownstown, but you're going to drive past something that pays $1,500 to go race, drive 2.5 hours, race for $800 makes no sense. I mean, that's just but, in the same token, you got to kind of weigh the edge. Like, okay, are we going to get him at Brownstown without a wall and it's slick? Or, we'll just worry about that when we have to. Because it's still got to make sense. Nobody does this for the money. You got to love the sport, but at the same token, you just don't want to throw money away when you don't have to.
All right. Yep. There's always a decision. It's experience or pay.
Right.
And we've talked about that. I mean, he wants to go out and travel more, and I think we will. Maybe even at the end of this year. But it's he's also kind of got to pay. You got to pay your dues. You got to. So.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and I told somebody this one time. If you if no matter what division, if you can run a street stock or hobby stock, if you can't compete at your local track, week in and week out. You don't need to go to 3 hours away to get your teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
You can do that at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of a double-edged sword. So how much do you driver coach? Like, are you like baseball dad where, we need to do this, or do you just sit back and hopefully he'll learn and then we'll talk about it tomorrow when we're fixing the decking?
Well, he might tell you something different. I don't know, but I try not to, split hairs with him or, micromanage or whatever. But, if I see something or if he's, I'll give you an example. Earlier in the year, we were at Rock Castle. Might have been last year. I don't know. But first time he ever started on the front row, he got to start beside Jeff Watson. And he's like, well, what do I do? And I didn't have the heart to tell him, like, well, this guy's been starting on the front row before you were born. There's probably not a lot you're going to do,
Yeah.
What you're going to do is you're going to try to get him behind him. Go in turn one. Don't take second and make it fourth.
Right, exactly. So when he slides you tuck in and hold second. You know what I'm saying. But no, I don't know that I'm the best driver coach. I try to give him pointers and, just, hey, think about this, think about that, your tires and all that. But I don't know. I don't see myself as a great driver coach. He does good. I mean, I know he's talked about that iRacing deal, and I think that helps a lot, more than people realize, really.
Oh yeah, I think it does. A lot of kids are using that now as a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's the thing about that, and I tried to explain this to my dad because I was a PlayStation kid, so we would play PlayStation, and he was like, that doesn't teach. I said, it does teach you. I said, it's like, it's arcade-ish. I said, but if you overbrake, the games are so realistic now. If you drive in too hard, you push up the track and scrub off your speed and you get past. I said, so you can learn corner entry. You're not getting the feel, but you can learn lines, momentums, and braking momentums.
And starts and restarts.
It's a valuable tool. And one thing, like what you guys didn't have, and the kids now, they have. Like flipping on their phone, on the laptop, on TV, racing on every night of the week. So you can watch anything and learn, where we were just trying to replay it back. Like, did I really run him into the wall or what?
You watched the video. It felt different in the car. I didn't know.
Hey, you're going to have 3 views of it the next morning. Yeah. Somebody's going to have it on their phone, put it out for you.
And 3 different angles where you're like, well, damn, I was wrong here. The next one, well, look at this one. I knew I was right.
Yeah.
How much enjoyment do you get being at the racetrack with your kids and being a family deal? Because I know how competitive you was, and I told him, don't let Dad give you too hard of a time, because I've seen him kind of, use the right rear for, not a weapon, but, make his way through. I said, Dad was really aggressive, because he said when he put it in the wall at Ponderosa, he was like, what are you doing? I said, so hold on a second. I've seen Dad bounce off that same wall. So, but, how fun is it to not relive your childhood, but get to do it all over again?
Well, I mean, it's a blast, really. I mean, we've been when I raced, it was a family deal with my family, and everything. So, my youngest son Mason, he's in go-karts, and he's coming up and doing better. We don't get to go as much as we'd like to with him, but. So he really enjoys it. And then Caleb, and then my oldest son, actually, he drove a Crown Vic last week for the first time. So he's not up into it as much as Caleb is, but I grew up, there was a lot worse things to do and a lot more trouble to get into, if you wasn't at a racetrack. So I think it's a good thing to have your family at a racetrack, because like I said, there's a lot worse things I can be getting into. I know it probably kept me out of a little trouble when I was younger. So
we've said that 1,000 times.
Both of us.
I said racing saved my life.
And there's a lot of lessons in racing too.
Yes, there is. The one of the biggest lessons is discipline.
Yeah.
You got, first off, guy runs you over, you got to be disciplined enough not go down and knock him out, because then you get in trouble. And you got to be disciplined enough to, all right, how am I going to get this thing loaded with the right front knocked off of it? So it teaches you a lot of stuff that goes a long way in life.
Well, you go win one week and you don't work on the car, and then you get your butt beat the next week, and then you say, well, I guess I got to work in the garage all week.
It's by far the most humbling sport I know. I hear it all the time.
But if you're a good basketball player, your talent, like racing is one sport where talent doesn't always reward you.
Exactly.
Where if I'm bigger, stronger, and faster than the guy that's guarding me, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to win at the end of the 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. Same way with baseball and football. I mean, if you're throwing 70 mile an hour, in high school, and the other guys are throwing 50 mile an hour as a pitcher, you're gonna, at the end of the day, you're gonna win. Mm-hmm. Racing is not like that. You can be the best driver, that ever sat in a seat. I mean, Kyle Larson spun out the other night. Mm-hmm. It's just, everything's got to work together.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables to it, that's for sure.
So when you were beating up and down the road and doing the Battle of Bluegrass stuff, because people say all the time that, like when you turn it on Flow or Dirt Vision, and people are like, why do we gotta have support classes? Super late model racing is at a stage in their career right now where we've almost got, well, not almost, we almost got 3 tiers, but we really got 2 tiers. And for the most part, you spent your career racing what everybody would say the 2nd tier, the regional and local stuff. But how important is that, do you feel? Because without that, there is no, if there was no Battle of the Bluegrass, there was no Lucas Oil. People don't understand that. Because, that was Spencer's baby.
Yep.
He took what happened with Battle of Bluegrass, copied off of Havoc Tampa, and, started UDTRA. Mm-hmm. So how important in your eyes is regional super late model racing?
It's very important. You can look back 5-10 years and you look down the list of any finished results or whatever, and you're going to see Lucas and World of Outlaw and names in that spot. And so to get to the national, you got to have the regional. And it's something for the local guys to shoot for. We never did really travel a lot, but when the better regional stuff come to town, it was, let's go see how we stack up or what, So, it's definitely important.
Well, that's one thing that, because I see people all the time say, well, we don't need this. Why would I go support a $3,000 to win super late model race? They're going to get 16 cars. They're going to get 15 cars. Well, the reason why we need that is because that's what molds our next generation. It's the same reason why we need open wheel modified racers, because we need to teach car control with big horsepower, small tires. Mm-hmm. Then we need to move into the crate late models, the pro late models, because you got big car and you got to learn how to race with momentum. And then that's your next step is a regional super late model team. You got to learn how to race on the road. And then you got to, the national deal. Mm-hmm. That everybody can't be a national guy. It's like asking why we need minor league baseball. Why can't we just have major league? Well, because not everybody's going to go play for the Reds.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. And there's always the argument, over the cost. That's always been an argument, always will be. But like around here locally, everybody, it's cost, and it is. But Cameron Marlar won a 10,000 win show on a steel block. Which I know it's steel blocks, but the point is, well, especially around here locally, the super guys come to town, and I've seen guys with 650, 700 horsepower motors be competitive. So there's you can still probably buy an engine, especially around here, I think, and compete. And now I know there's places you go. There's no way you're not going to take a steel block to Eldora, but yeah, I don't know. It's
well, the last couple of years you could if you got past qualifying.
Yeah,
that's true.
If they did pill draw, you'd be okay. Yeah. But one thing, speaking of cost in late model racing, I'm a big advocate for the steel block series. Mm-hmm. I like it. I thought, we had Vic Hill on, and I thought Vic was going to strangle me, because me and Vic went back and forth on this, talking about the wide bore engines versus standard bore. Mm-hmm. And Vic says it costs the same to build it. And I said, no, it costs you the same because you have the parts. Mm-hmm. It don't cost, Tommy from East Tennessee that's trying to take a 400 small block Chevy and get heads and stuff to go race. So I think we might need to back up and punt a little bit. Everybody talks about the bodies and, they're out of control, which they kind of are, but it's the shocks and the engines that's the problem. Yeah. Any fool with a sheet metal brake, I can make whatever body you need, and I'm no expert. Well, I've done a little bit, but I'm just saying, anybody can, the bodies aren't the issue. But with the issues that you have, the body is the way to manipulate what you got. But that's not the problem. That's just that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they've not. The Lucases in the World of Outlaws, I'm surprised they've not come up with it. And I know there's more to it than somebody like me, thinks about. But I'm surprised that's something that they haven't come up with as a unified body rule or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's coming down the pipe. I don't know.
Well, they actually kind of got one, but. So okay, here's how it works. I'll let you do a little secret.
You say that until you see the videos of the cars going around the track, in a mirror mode, and they're all leaned up.
Well, here's the deal. They have one, but the problem is, as a guy that done some tech, done some bodies, the body rule isn't the issue. It's the nose rule, because you measure your body off of the right front nose. Well, so now 5-star and MD3 and everybody, they just make the nose is 6 inches wider, so it still shows the right side square. So when you measure, you measure your width across the nose and width across the rear, well, it's still square. It's just crooked, 12 inches.
Yeah.
So the problem is, you got to get a nose rule.
Yeah.
It's not the body that's the issue. I think that's like when we work for a modified series, and I've been a big how do you say that word?
Advocate.
Yeah, Kirk's got to say all the big words for me. Yeah, I do the stuff where I make people mad, but I got to let him say the words. But I don't think, and even in the dirt late models, I don't think the right rear of the car should be able to stick out past the tire.
Right.
In my opinion, you should have 1 inch tread width sticking out of your body. A, it keeps guys from running into each other, and B, the way the rear ends are in the car, your body's not going to be twisted. It can't be, because if you keep your 1 inch rule, your rear end, every time you move your rear end back, you're going to have to shorten your right rear quarter panel up. Yeah. So that's I've said something to, Swally and James, and they just look at me like I'm an idiot. I'm like, well, but listen, what you guys are trying to accomplish, you can accomplish it off your right rear tire.
Right.
And they're just like, what? I'm like, okay, never mind. Just so be it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Don't let the kid from the hood with earrings tell you how to do it. All right.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, for every argument you come up with, somebody else has a different argument, and it's just I'm sure it's not easy for them guys to come up with something, but I mean, I think it's got better. I know I've not been to Eldora in a year or two, but I know going through their tech line, it looks like they check a lot more than they used to. But
well, Eldora, but see, that's the problem though. If we only do it twice a year, okay, that's great because we do it for those two crown jewels. But we're not doing that same check at Volusia. We're not doing that same check at Lucas Oil for the Show Me. So then again, that makes it twice as much. You got to have one car legal for Eldora, and now you got to have a car you can race everywhere else.
In 2000, I worked at Masterbuilt, so all the guys would come up there and say, "Hey, can y'all fix our car for Eldora?" And we'd have to tuck everything back in, so they could race at Eldora.
Yeah,
because they already had them so far out of whack that.
What do you think about the regional super late, which I know this would separate it more, but the regional super late model being kind of like a steel block deal. We just call them late models. Why we gotta call them super regional late? Our late models, because let's be honest, we've only got about 5 or 6 teams in the state that's running that stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So why don't we just and if you can afford a wide bore, you surely can afford your backup engine could be a standard bore that's $20,000 cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know that I have an answer for that, but I mean it definitely looks like it's something's going to have to come to a head. Because like I said, you talk about a super race runner, you can't. Josh Rice is out running national now, and there's not a lot of guys left in the state that run super late models.
Chilton and Jameson. Jameson's not even in our state. But Ratliff runs.
But there's just not that many. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there is an answer to that. But like you said, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Like I said, the steel block stuff for a lot, especially around here. your Lake Cumberland, your Richmonds, maybe your Rock House. A steel block could just
It'd be
about
okay.
can compete.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, the only place they would have a problem in the state is Paducah.
Yeah.
Everywhere else would be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same way with like East Tennessee. The only place, you know, they keep those tracks so slicked off anymore. I mean, you got steel block guys winning at Volunteer, and I mean, not when Vic's paying $20,000 to win, but when he's paying $5,000 to win, they're just Cameron and them are just fine.
Yeah.
So that's that's the thing.
But yeah, I mean, you know, used to $10,000 around here would bring in 40 cars. Now you're lucky to get 15 or 20.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like you said, it's something's going to have to.
Yeah, but we're at the same thing with the modified deal right now.
Yeah, same type.
I mean, for a regional modified series, all of our races, majority of our races, minimum is $2,000 to win, $200 to start with a $50 entry fee, and you got 2 tire compounds, and everybody really technically you got one. You need 1 tire to qualify on, and you keep that and qualify on the next week, and you run the feature on the hard tire. But the cost and the shocks and the engines, guys are like, well, it costs too much to race. I'm thinking, well, this division is designed to. You're racing for really good money for what the division's designed for. It's not the racetrack's fault that the series and us, which we are tied by dirt car. We got to go with the national series, kind of like the Northern All-Star late models. They have to do what Lucas and them guys do, because if not, you outlaw yourselves. Like I'm talking about, make them steel block, but then you outlaw getting other guys. Then so then I mean it's one of those things that the people pulling the strings in the sport, I don't know if they really care about the sport. They care more about the money of it, because that's just the way I feel. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I see a lot of it all over the country, and the only people that got it right is IMCA.
Yeah,
they're the only people that have it figured out. Everybody else is, they may do part of it right, but they don't do all of it right.
Yeah.
IMCA's, they got a late model division that you can run a 604 late model, or you can basically run a steel block engine. They got different weight rules, different spoiler rules, different carburetor rules. Like if you run the open engine, you got to run a 650. Circumference carburetor. So I mean, they've got it figured out to where the point where the local guy can still race because he can go get a $10,000 crate engine and be fine. So it's one of those things.
Yeah. And then you open a can of worms with tires.
You're a tire dealer now. So.
Yeah, and I mean that's always been a thing, and I think it's a lot better than it used to be, especially around here locally. I think a lot of the tracks have kind of moved towards more of somewhat of a unified title, and 1 or 2 maybe different here or there, But I started we started kind of selling a few tires, and with some conversations with Ray Cook and some of them guys, it opened my eyes to. You hear about stuff, and then you have some conversation like, oh wow, that's okay. That's more to that than I thought.
I'll say this. You don't got to say this because, Ray's right hand man and Matt is who I do the series on. So I can say this, and Matt's okay with me saying this. There's a lot that goes political stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Yeah, there's a lot of political stuff that goes on behind the scenes that Tire Brand X and what a lot of people don't understand is there's a third tire brand that is trying to move Hoosier and American Racer out of the sport. There's a third tire brand that comes from China that they've trickled into the West Coast, and if that happens, we're all in trouble because of just certain things. But there's so much. Instead of everybody getting together, it's like everybody's trying to make the final dollar. This is not a American Racer versus Hoosier discussion, because in some situations, Hoosier tires are better than American Racers, and vice versa. American Racers are better than Hoosiers. So that's I've had somebody tell me one time, "You're just an American Racer guy." I said, "Well, actually, I don't get a check from them. If I'm running the modified, me being a former racer." At certain tracks, this is what I would run, and other tracks, this is what I would run for certain reasons.
Yeah.
And one thing that I like about both Matt and Ray Cook, if you got a series that's got, you can run Hoosiers 2s or 3s or American Racers, whatever. If you can split them, I've seen both of them tell guys I would run Hoosier this on the left rear and American Racer on the right rear, or vice versa. You know, that we're at this track and this is better. And these are guys that are, you know, technically they should say always run this, because that's what their livelihood depends on.
Yeah.
But when you're a racer and you work with racers, they will, you know, they'll take care of you on that situation.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I mean, you know, nothing bad on either way. It's just eye opening.
Yes.
You know, you hear stuff and whatever, and then you know, I got a pretty good education on what actually goes on.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway. But yeah, it's you know, tires are always a little deal, and like you said, I mean, I kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway,
shocks are a pain too.
Yeah,
shocks is the. I think shocks is the biggest problem in all of racing. Like technical size, I think shocks.
I think it's a harder problem on the racetracks.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why tracks are rubbering up and stuff. We've talked about it. People are saying, "Well, it's the tires." Well, listen, you can only put so much real rubber in the tire. According to the EPA, that's all you can do, so it don't matter. But if the cars were spinning on top of the track instead of hooked up in the track, there would be no rubber going on the track. So. Just
shocks are that's my You know, when I bought my first set, I actually went down, you know, bought them off of Mikey and Marler, and you know, he kind of helped me through some stuff. But you know, I tell him, I was like, look, you're going to talk to me like I'm a 12-year-old, because stuff's way over my head, you know.
Changed.
And so yeah, we don't. That's something like I don't. Even with Caleb, I don't adjust. If I don't know what to do, I just won't do anything.
Just figure it out. With the crate car, I'm always fascinated about this. How much are you guys actually running on the bumps on the right front versus how much are you actually, because you guys don't have a droop rule, right?
Correct. Most of the rules are deck height rules.
Deck height rules, yeah. All right, Joe, listen. I'm going to say this again. The deck height rule makes absolutely no sense to me, because with the late models it's a little bit different. But with the mods, like if you run a split combo, well, the shock holds the car up. You know, if you run it together, you know, while we're on rules, beast. Why in the world can we not run a coilover on a modified, but we can run a slider, which basically is a coilover anyways? Like, let's just say that the spring has to be on the damn rear end and fix that problem.
Yeah.
but that's beside the point. We're not gonna get on that. But with the shocks, and you got to keep the left rear up. As a guy that's been out of it for a little bit, got back into it, and a new kid driving, how much of the conversation is it, you know, brake torque, brake roll? How much is that, or is it just you just figure it out?
I'll be honest with you, it about felt like we were starting from scratch. I mean, because everything, I mean, you know, back when I raced, it was you were changing springs, changing shocks, you changed all night long. But now it's like, well, you know, you take a round out here and click out there and like changes your car. I'm like, no, you know,
it can.
No, you know, and
I gotta go from 400 to 700 on the right front. Yeah. There's no way I can just put 2 clicks in this.
Yeah. So if it seems like if you can kind of get it close, you just work in a lot smaller box than what you used to. So totally different.
Yeah, because you probably never even ran bump stops in Packers, did you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, give me that Pro 84.
Yeah.
What? Give me the old goat shock up there. That's the one we need. It's rough tonight.
Yep. That's about right.
Put that stiff one on there.
Yeah, we got to put that stiff one on, man. It's going to bottom out. If the nose bottoms out, then we can't turn. Now they want the nose to bottom out. Yeah. So you keep your and you tear the racetrack up, and then you come in and you complain about having a hole in the track because you just ran around at 100 mile an hour, the nose scraping, you know, using a grater box. So,
right.
Yep.
You know, it's funny how the sport has changed so much in such a little time, really. I mean,
yeah, it has. I mean, but everything evolves, though. You know, I mean, you look at NASCAR or any other form of motorsports, everything just evolves, and you wonder when it's going to stop, or what the end game is, or you know what where's this thing going? When's it, what's this thing going to look like another 10, 20 years from now? Yeah. I can't help but think that, but I mean.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my dad says this all the time. He goes, about every 20 years, they just got to start over. Mm-hmm. And then when you have obsolete race cars. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, no, Dad, you can't do that because the race cars cost so much to run now. He said, it doesn't matter. If you got 10 at the racetrack, it's easier to make 20 guys that's not racing happy than worry about the damn 10 you're going to make mad. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I guess you're right. I mean, those guys, they're going to race. The guys that quit racing are going to be more apt to come back to racing because they feel like they got an equal shot. And then the 10 guys that's already racing, they're going to complain about it, but they're just going to switch over and race with those other guys.
Right. Yep.
So I guess he's on to something. I don't know. I'm just always thinking, well,
that makes sense.
Yeah, he always says you got to back up and punt, occasionally. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, street stocks aren't street stocks no more. Late models are, NASCAR technology have screwed the pooch on the late model world.
NASCAR went from 900 horsepower to 400 and something. So
they just built a whole new car. Yeah, everything.
They just went through the whole new thing. Yeah,
it's like we got a big model car here. You're gonna buy our parts.
Yeah. I wish it could be like iRacing. So which he does. Kevin does iRacing all the time. I don't do it much, but every so often they'll change everything. Like
start over.
The grip rate. I don't know what you call it, but like these guys got to go in and make new setups, and everything changes, right? So it doesn't just get boring where everybody's on the same stuff. So
see, iRacing figured it out. They're taking the shocks away. Yeah. That's what we need to do. Yeah. We need to do something with the shocks. But I understand that too because there's so much. Everybody's got their hand in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if we change the shocks over to here. Well, here's how a lot of people don't know this, but they say, well, the shocks are the problem. We need to quit running Öhlins and Blistein, and they need to just get everybody on cheap Pro and Avcos. Well, guess what? The cheap shock is going to be whoever pays the most money for it. Mm-hmm. So if they give this series $100,000, that's the shocks they're going to run because the series are getting pocket padded. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, I'll tell you what the answer is, and this is the easy answer, but the drivers really hate it. You got to make the racetrack rough where the shocks don't matter. You got to get hose in it where the car changes lanes and not glued to the racetrack. Yeah. Not hose big enough to break hubs, but hose big enough where the kid hits the hole and the front end washes up, so he's got a chance to get past.
Yeah. You got to throw some variables in there, I guess.
Yeah. So, with your career and the way you traveled, you competed, your dad raced, now your son's racing. Is there anything that you didn't do where you're like, man, I wish I would have done that, or is there anything that you did and he's like, man, that's cool that we got to do that?
Yeah, I don't have really any regrets. I mean, we never had any big ambitions or anything like that. Kind of a boring story. We just raced for the fun of it. And hey, there's a series we can go follow. Let's do that. And we just enjoyed it and had fun. There was a few things we got to do that I thought was really neat. We a couple of times, like we went to Bristol the first time, and got to experience that. Wasn't any good, but it was fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't go to, somebody like us, you don't go to win, you go to enjoy the experience. And, went to a handful of World 100s. We were, the only thing I can say that we were the first car to qualify in the original Eldora Million. Yeah. And, I remember Errol Baldus coming up in my windows like, hey, congratulations. It's a big deal. You're going to be, I was like, yeah. And
I drew number one. Thank you. The track's slimy.
Like, I was so nervous. I remember pulling in and I couldn't even remember if I took the checkered. Like I couldn't even, if
I go one lap?
Did I go one or two? That's back when the one lap deal,
Yeah.
But anyway, we had a blast. I mean, we didn't accomplish anything great or nothing like that, but we had fun doing it and got to spend time with your family and,
See, he's being mild-mannered. Didn't accomplish anything great. He just won all over the region. I did all right. See, I see where Caleb gets it now.
Yeah.
I did at least get Caleb to talk a little bit of crap, just a little bit, to Dalton. Mm-hmm. Yeah, say, Dalton, man, I mean, you're supposed to be the expert at this. How come you ran 7th and I won? Yeah, he did at least say that a little bit. So, but he also did say that Dalton got him back last week. So.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate you coming on with us and hanging out with us. And, who do you want to say thank you to, and give you a shot to plug your business a little bit here, because we let Caleb plug his tire money business now. So.
Yeah, it's a little sidekick business there, I guess. But no, I mean, first and foremost, I got to thank my wife. I mean, she's a very patient lady, very, she doesn't complain a lot. She goes with us. She likes it. She doesn't love it, but she likes going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but she's, she lets us do what we enjoy doing, and that takes a very unselfish person. So, got to thank her first and foremost. And we own a business, and so that helps, I guess. But Caleb, he got out and got to talk. Believe it or not, got to talking to some people this winter, and
I don't believe it.
But we've got some. He got some people to help us out, and and I've got to thank, but. Some friends of ours that actually we go to church with, they helped us out a lot with their businesses, Summer Pet and Hickory Hill Farms, and then a guy that I used to race with years ago and had been known him for a long time. But Shelby Johnson, he come on board, helped us out, and some other guys too. And I'm going to forget people, but Gary Price with Down to Earth Horizontal. He's actually a guy that we knew from go-kart racing, and he's kind of helped us a little bit as we went forward. And a lot of others. There's a couple guys that we deal with on the steel building side. They've helped us out. Fairview Building Erection Crew. I'm trying to think. A1 Windows and Doors. He's kind of helped us a little bit.
I think he likes every late model racer in the state. He helps everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. And I mean, performance bodies, and got to definitely thank PPM. Caleb got on their Team PPM deal this year, and so they're a really good company. They're really good for the dirt late model world, or the dirt racing world.
Yeah, they're easy to deal with. Mm-hmm. They are a
really good group of guys.
Yeah, they are for so many people that's tough to deal with in the racing business. Mm-hmm. They are very easy to deal with. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kick back East Tennessee for sure. You can tell where their location.
And then a guy local here, he does some concrete work, Mounts Concrete. I'm trying to think of everybody. But we fortunate enough to have, like a lot of people, fortunate enough to have some help, So But there's some guys too. Robert Alexander, Ryan Cash. I'm trying to think, man. Jason Dalton, good friend of mine. There's a lot of guys that come to the track when they can. A lot of us got older and got families and kids and everything, so they come when they helped us when they can. And so appreciate a lot of them guys that help us too. And it takes a lot of help to make it work. So. Yeah, appreciate all them guys.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. Mm-hmm. Like I said, one of the most modest, humble family ever. We just had fun. Yeah. But one of the toughest late model racers out of Central Kentucky, out of this little town of Science Hill, Kentucky, Tyrel Todd. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, Flash. That was Tyrel Todd out of Science Hill, Kentucky, sitting there joking with him about not being able to find his place on the map.
Yeah.
If we're throwing a dart at the state of Kentucky, you'll never hit it.
Yeah.
It's that small. But I think he had some interesting takes there, talking about the difference in crate late models nowadays versus like the super late models back when he was running.
Yeah.
He was saying that they're basically just late models, man. I mean, we're just racing, and I like that he's having fun doing it. And one thing that I like is a family that races together stays together. So,
yeah, and he's got the little one running go-karts, and the older son is running Crown Vics now.
Yeah, and cool thing about that whole trip, Flash got to make a lap and a half on the simulator.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
On
iRacing.
Yeah, iRacing, because I never had done iRacing. So Caleb hooked me up on that for a minute until I hit the wall like 5 times at Eldora.
Caleb's like, you got to try this before you leave. So.
He's like, you ran a race car?
Yeah, you suck. But it's a good time down there.
Yeah.
All right, Flash. This week's upcoming events and our racetrack spotlight, being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering, is the Florence Speedway there in Florence, Kentucky. North-South 100 weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday night, twin $6,000 to win preliminary events. Friday night, twin $6,000 to win preliminary events. And Saturday night, $75,000 to win North-South 100 for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Car Series at Florence Speedway. This week's racetrack spotlight, Florence Speedway, half mile, high bank, slicks off, and it's really good if it slicks off with a curve. So we're going to need a little bit of rain, which we're getting right now. We're going to need some Monday or so.
Right.
Not too much rain to get the campground all messed. Right. But we're going to need a little bit of water to help us out. One thing about the Florence Speedway is not very many racetracks you get to sit on the front stretch and the back stretch.
Yeah.
But not many half-mile tracks have bleachers on the front stretch and back stretch that are completely full all the time. So Florence Speedway, like I said, half-mile dirt track.
Don't they bring bleachers in for the turns for this race?
Yeah, but they added a new pit bleacher as well. They bring temporaries in for the turns. It's one of those events that there for a while, we had some series go against it. But expecting a good car count. They used to have modifieds on this event as well.
Yeah.
But they got 67 modifieds a couple years ago, and Florence was like, well, actually, I think Florence loved it.
Well, I liked what they did last night at Hopstock, though. They did invite only for the mini stop.
For the mini sprints, yeah.
So you just got 2 heat races and a feature.
Yeah.
And
Well, the thing with Florence is, I think Florence loved it because, why not? You got 70 more cars.
And you make a lot of money off those guys that come in, yeah.
But I think Flo dictates a lot of that.
Right,
yeah. I think they want just their event only anymore, from what I could tell. Just from some board meetings.
Right,
Let's go that way. But Florence Speedway, though, it's one of those racetracks that always put on a good show. They have a beer garden on the backstretch. Thursday and Friday, they'll have a live band over there.
Live bands over there at nighttime, yeah.
Ask Kyle Strickler
about it.
Everybody camps
out. It's kind of like a big camping party back there.
And if you're Kyle Strickler and you get hammered, don't ask the cop if he wants your autograph.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you I didn't want to come back out here tonight?
They might not think you're funny.
Yeah, they might not think you're as funny as we do. So looking forward to the weekend this weekend. And then Saturday night, I will be making my way to West Virginia Motor Speedway for the Save-A-Lot American All-Stars presented by PPM. The Miners 49, $10,000 to win for the crate late models.
Yeah.
There are pro late models, whatever late models they are. The non-super late models. They're in Mineral Wells, West Virginia. Haven't been there since they made the track smaller, so looking forward to that. Friday night, Bloomington Speedway has the Huntley Memorial, $3,000 to win for the 305s. On the docket also are super stocks and non-wing sprint cars. And then Saturday night, Huntley night number 2 will go on at Paragon Speedway. $1,500 to win for the 305 sprint cars, and they run non-wing sprint cars, and I think Hornets there too at Paragon.
Yeah.
And then Friday and Saturday, the Ironman 55 is at I-55 Raceway in Pevely, Missouri. $12,000 to win on Friday. $25,000 to win for the World of Outlaw sprint cars on Saturday. Friday and Saturday, the 360 Knoxville Nationals takes place for the ASCS sprint cars. Gearing up for 410 Knoxville Nationals. But Friday night is the $8,000 to win preliminary night, and Saturday night, $20,000 to win for the ASCS 360 sprint cars. Saturday night at Mount Pillier, the Boss sprint cars will be in hand. They're at Mount Pillier Speedway, and the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets will be on the docket as well. They are averaging 30 cars for the D2 Midget Series this year. So midget racing is healthy in Indiana and Ohio. Also Saturday night at Shady Hill, up there in northern Indiana, the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Models will be making their way. And then Saturday night, Wartburg Speedway has the Best Plumber Series. They are looking for an announcer, for a reason why I'm putting it out there. So if you've got an off night and you want to go announce Wartburg Speedway, the Best Plumber Series, reach out to the Best Plumber Series. They put it out on their social media. Had a bunch of people tag me in that area, but I've already booked up.
Yeah.
But yes, they are looking for an announcer this weekend for the series. So reach out to the Best Plumber Series. And there's plenty of racing going on this weekend. You can find it anywhere and everywhere. So
yeah.
You got anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so. I think just try to get to the racetrack this week.
Yep.
I knew for sure I had 3 nights booked this week. Now I'm pretty sure I got 4 because Friday night I'm pretty sure I'm going to Florence.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So
Saturday I got a family reunion I got to go to, and Sunday, and there might be some other stuff this week I have to attend to. See what goes on there.
Yeah, we are getting ever so closer to the 100th episode.
Yeah.
And the 100th episode is going to be massive.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be massive. So, everybody, we're counting down.
Yeah.
When this comes out, we'll have 2 more shows.
Yeah.
So, it's
going to be more on a local level, but I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's we are doing some as a train comes through.
Yeah, finally made it here.
Yeah, finally made it. We've been waiting for you, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tell somebody about us if you like us, and if you don't, please tell somebody about us too. Because if you don't like us and you're an hour and 40 minutes into this, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll be trading sliders.